Good day, everyone. My name is Eva L. Cisles, and I am with my partner, Mr. Eufemio Amparo Jr. We will going to argue Module 7, Mindanaoan Philosophy of Management with the article Language and Maratabat, a Potential Source of Ethnic Conflict by Semeni Italia 2018. The authors confront the question of whether subtle linguistic microaggressions can intentionally violate the Maranao philosophy of Maratabat, thereby serving as a direct catalyst for deep ethnic and social conflict within multicultural urban centers. The authors answers that Maratabat is not merely an individual trait, but it is a profound cultural and psychological engine that dictates collective behavior, kinship responsibility, leadership expectations, and the defense of family honor among the Maranao people. They mean to say that Maratabat functions as unwritten social management system. When this deeply embedded sense of prestige and self-esteem is slighted or soiled, it is a state known as a bowing maratabat, that it leaves the collective clan no choice but to demand an immediate retribution to restore group dignity. They justify this by discussing the following supporting points. First, external linguistic stereotypes deeply insult professional capability. Second, strict dignity boundaries bind clan members to protective, non-negotiable roles. And the third one, unmediated personal status disputes rapidly escalate into a full-scale intergenerational feuds. In the face of the author's claim, we argue that viewing management through the positive lens of Maratabat can optimize institutional governance by reducing systemic white-collar corruption, as individuals refuse to compromise their familial honor for short-term illicit gains. In other words, we believe that structuring human resource management around a shared decolonial framework of collective cultural dignity transforms ordinary compliance into a deep-seated moral accountability and pride in excellence. However, other thinkers object to this claim, saying instead that modern large-scale organizational governance must rely entirely on objective, secular, and emotionally detached bureaucratic policies rather than highly sensitive cultural honor structures.
A good day, everyone. So for the continuation of our presentation, I am assigned to do the rest of the slides in which I will be discussing to you the status, hypersensitivity delays in dynamic management agility. In other words, they assert that the uh, hyperfixation of the rank preservation status honor and the constant fear of offering personal pride introduces severe emotional friction that ultimately delays a dynamic cooperate agility open for team feedback. To this, we reply that the interacting, proactive, culturally intelligent communication framework directly addresses these administrative concerns. Actively mitigating harmful structure means understanding before they threaten the workplace stability. To illustrate, take the case of the documented linguistic profiling in a northern Mindanao school where minority Maranao students faced underlying academic cheating, suspicious, and derogatory labels like bugok or show the learn from their peers. This case reveals that uh, through less unaligned verbal annotation and careless everyday speech instantly destroy individual motivation, trigger social withdrawal, and at the same time severely fracturing collective team cohesion. Therefore, formal systemic curriculum integration, local peace building programs, and across cultural management training are vital to constructing balanced, harmonious, and highly effective spaces in Mindanao. So, starting today, as a manager or as instructor, we will look into past called detached bureaucratic structure and actively lead the organization with deeply empathic language, mutual respect, and absolute commitment to collective human dignity. Thank you very much.